Hi, everybody. Sorry we're a little late. Little technical difficulties there. I lost Juno for a few minutes. Had to wait for her to reboot and come back. So, what can I say? It happens, right? It's story of my life. And hello, Juno. Welcome.
Hey, and happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, and Shari, and thank you for having me.
You got it. All righty. Um, Technically, we won't be doing Destiny cards today because Juno's cards are kind of packed up and she can't find them. So
Can you see me, or did I go away?
I can see you, yes.
Okay,
You
because on
just
my end
froze.
was
Yeah. You
okay.
just
Sorry.
froze for a minute, that's all.
Okay, I
But
closed
you're
some more
good.
things. Okay.
Yeah. Uh so Juno doesn't have her Destiny cards available. We've only had one person requesting it, and I think she already knows what goes with that date, so we should be okay. So instead, we're just going to do oracle card readings. Or if you have any questions about the Jin Shin Jyutsu for the
Self help for
self
healing.
help stuff, we can answer. She can answer those questions. I can't, but she can. I can point to the body part, so I'm good at that. Um,
You be my guinea
and
pig. You can show
I'm the
everybody.
guinea pig. That's right. I think of me as Vanna White. Hey.
There you go. Ooh la la.
And so okay, did I get your picture? Where did you send it, Barbara? Did you send it to my email or did you send it to um yeah, I see that. Okay. That's funny. Oh my goodness. And of course, Linda G just went live. Thank you, Linda. Or actually, I don't think she's live. I think she just put a update. Okay. That's
It's okay.
better.
Hey,
People will go back, so
yeah,
I'm not worried about it.
we're doing
Um,
the best we can.
oh
And
yeah,
yeah, I rearranged everything because I've hooked up now I'm on this is the first time doing a live show that I'm on my big PC. So that I'm, and I had to get a new microphone and blah, 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 blah. And all this moving things around, I have done a really good job of hiding my deck of Destiny cards from myself. And so I apologize to everybody that I don't have those handy. But with your birth date, I can give you a little brief thing, but I won't be able to show you the cards and get more in depth today. But we'll be back again and doing that next time. My deepest apologies. I thought I had it all together, and boy, it's just one of those days. What are you gonna
yeah.
do?
It's just been one of those days. Well, we've got Miss Tarot D in the house. We've got Teacher Barbara. We got Amy Warrior Princess that I just spent 2.5 hours with. So
Nice.
surprised she's not brain dead yet either. We got Book Bewitched is on, and Care Bear, and Butterfly Kisses Healing, and Bora Bora, and okay, I think I got everybody. Unless somebody new just came in. No, she doesn't need the year.
No,
Um,
just month and a day.
so
Let me look that up while we're talking about her, and then we'll see what we can tell her.
okay.
And if possible, I'd like to mention I had to start a new GoFundMe page. I'm in dire need of some help with paying for car repairs, or I'm going to be sued. The person won't
Yes.
accept payments that I was making. So I have until March 31st to pay off this
Yeah, they're
person.
being real a-holes about it. So we got to get Juno taken care of. There's a thing scrolling at the bottom, and that is her new GoFundMe link. So let me, while I'm thinking about it, let me pull this up real quick and I'm going to put it in the chat. And then the moderators can uh, do their thing. Be down. All right, I'm going to put this there.
Thank you, Shari.
I don't know if it's going to show up. Yeah, it did show up as a clickable link. Okay, so we're good. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a clickable link or not. So,
and there's on my community page, there's also the links and the QR code posted on my links or on my community page. So
there you go. Yep.
I wouldn't ask you guys help me before, and I wouldn't ask again. Except this is I live in the middle of the desert. You know, there's not much here, and I'm isolated. I can't get vaccinated because I'm allergic, and I might die if I get COVID. So I can't take any chances, and I need my car because I can't ride. I can't take an Uber. I can't ride with other people. We don't have public transportation, so this is a very serious issue for me. I can't lose my vehicle.
Yeah,
I'm all on my own here. So
it's a bitch when you live out in Timbuktu and
yeah,
there's no public transportation or anything like that. Yeah, I've been there.
I'm near the border, and so there's a lot of issues that go on down here. It's scary enough as it is when you're in your own vehicle. And
yeah, exactly. So, and I will be seeing Juno face to face in just a few weeks. So we'll take some pictures and do some videos and put them out for everybody to look at and laugh and say, oh, look at those two idiots. So
who dat
doing that? Oh my goodness.
But yeah, thank you, Shari. I'm really grateful for you helping me with all of this. And I'm
you're more than welcome.
In person. And I made you a mandala, and it's all waiting for you, but you got to come get it in person. So you have to come.
That's it. I'll be there in 3 weeks. Just hold tight.
I will.
27 days. So, well, probably a couple more days before I get to your.
But yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Close enough. Close enough.
So I looked up the card for Teacher Barbara, and she is the 3 of Diamonds, and that card is about financial creativity or worrying about money. So you might want to look at what's your attitude towards money. 3 is that it's beyond the 2 of the partnership, and sometimes when you get 3 people involved, it can make it a little messier, or sometimes it makes it stronger. Kind of all depends on which way you're looking at it. So if you have any indecision about money, try to turn that into, or excuse me, I shouldn't have said try. Look at ways to make it a creative solution rather than worrying about it. That will help you bring forward the highest aspects of your card.
There you go. Now, are you able to do anybody else's destiny?
I can do that. We can just, if you guys are okay with me, I don't have the card to show, but we can just wing it.
Okay. Care Bear, I need the month. And oh, never mind. You already put it. Yeah, I'm on the ball here. Care Bear is June 9th.
Okay.
We're almost birthday twins. I'm June 3rd. Except, of course, I'm old enough to be your mother. Because I was born in 61. So.
Well, I'm even older than you are, so I got you beat.
I got just a few years on you. Oh, all right.
So the
Pisces greeter, hugs to you. I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, that's okay. Was it Care Bear? That was whose birthday we were doing?
Care Bear, yeah, I'll put her up on the screen.
Okay, thank you, Care Bear. You are the 8 of Diamonds, and this is about having the power to purchase, strengthen values, and the card of making or having money. And I also like to think about the 8, you turn it on its side, and then it's the lemniscate or the infinity symbol. So you have the potential to have of infinite abundance. And remember that not only money is an indicator of abundance. There's a lot of ways that we receive abundance. And I see her comment in here about the try word. And and I've been at this for 20 some years to not say try, and I still struggle with it. But it's something that we work on every day, like the project,
There you go. Oh, Teacher Barbara's mom's on the same day as me.
Oh,
That's
really?
cool.
Third. Okay. So
That's the Ace of Spades.
it's a
If I remember
spade.
correctly. June 3rd. Yeah, that's the Ace of Spades. And when that what it was.
Yes, it was. I remember
Yeah,
that. Let's see
I
what we have
remember.
to say
Yeah.
about the Ace of Spades. So it's a card of transformation, transition, or rebirth. It has to do with secrets, a desire for work, mystical knowledge, and the knowledge of the cards. And it's one of the most powerful cards in the deck. So
You hear that, Care Bear? Or no, that's not Care Bear. That's Teacher Barbara's mother.
okay.
Yeah.
So you have a very, very powerful mother that and it's also, the spade suit has to do with spiritual things, and it also includes everything in the other 3 suits. So, having that ace, that
Kind of like being the magician, you got a tool of everything.
That's right. That's right.
That's right.
You're very welcome. And just to put the bug in everybody's ear, keep an eye out on my channel for April 1st. I'm going to be making some big changes.
She got a surprise coming.
Yes.
I know what it is.
Neener.
There you go.
But if everything goes, I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff to prepare for this. So, and here comes the love train right when I talk about it. I don't know if you guys
Well,
can
of
hear
course.
the train, but
people all over the world.
The choo-choo
train. It's the extent of my singing capabilities. Okay, let's see. Marjorie McConnell, April 14th.
I don't leap year. Okay. Oh, let her know how her year will go. Well, I can't get into that right now, Marjorie. I mean, I can do that in a private reading, but let's just see what your card is and what it's about. Okay. And if people do, I offer from birthday to birthday, you can get a yearly destiny card reading. It's a printout of about 21 pages, and it's something that's emailed to you, and it's only $25. And so that's, for the whole year. So that's a pretty inexpensive way to get a whole reading. It's something you can go back and
it's an amazing chunk of information you get, because Juno did mine, was it last year before last, something like that. And yeah, it was last year, because my full year isn't up yet. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's something you can refer back to, and then if you need help, if you have questions on the interpretation, you can always contact me, and, I'll be happy to explain things the best I can. And here we go. I think it's really interesting. We're on a diamonds roll again. So for the April 14th birthday, we have the 7 of diamonds. So this is about letting go of attachment and fear that's related to money, okay, and developing an abundance consciousness that attracts more money. So if you find yourself in that, I never have enough or whatever, change your language, because when you believe it, then you see it. It will follow. I did that video on the
build it, they
sea
will
dragon. Those little creatures that they're kind of related to seahorses, and you're watching them move, and it almost looks like they just decide where to go, and their bodies just go there. They have these little fine, if you watch the videos, little fine little fins that are moving them, but it just looks like they just go, oh, I want to go in this direction, and then there they go. So our actions will follow our thoughts. So really, really important for someone, especially who's got a card from in the odd numbers as opposed to the even numbers. It's a little more of a challenge a lot of times. So but you can do it. You can do it, or you wouldn't have been born on that day and had those, had that alignment.
There you go. So spirit doesn't make mistakes.
Definitely.
We just screw it up. That's all.
And there's a song by Walela, which is Rita Coolidge's family, and you can find it on YouTube. And there's a song by them that's Wash Your Spirit Clean. And I think the lyric goes, be thankful for the struggles and be grateful for the lessons, and wash your spirit clean. It's about just letting that stuff go and start each day fresh. You're doing the best you can. And if if all your choices aren't great, it's hard to make a good choice when all your options are not the best. You know,
Yeah.
we would make different decisions if we had different choices sometimes. So cut yourself a little slack. And we're living in unprecedented times, everybody.
Oh, talk about.
Yeah, we're being tested 24/7, right?
It's I swear, day to day, I don't know whether to just sit down and cry in despair or just get mad as hell and want to jump up and fight.
Yeah. And you kind of go, it's a roller coaster, you know, you go through all those different things.
Yeah.
And sometimes the yelling, you know, I've had a few, let's stand in the shower and yell for a while. And you know what? I felt better. And it seemed to shift the energy. Sometimes you just got to go, dang it. I've had enough for the moment. And I just got to let off some steam. Because I think especially those of us who are light workers, we do our best to stay positive and uplifting and whatever. But sometimes it gets to be a burden for us too, that we got to just let off the steam. And I'd rather let it off yelling in the shower than taking it out on another person or, you know, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
October 9th.
Okay. Amy's up with May 30th.
May 30th. Okay. Thanks for teeing them up. And thanks, guys, for being patient while I work through this. Lots of change.
We got your back, Juno. Don't worry.
No, you guys are good. I just love y'all so much. You have no idea.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like there are still times when I just can't quite believe the community that I stumbled into and was like, where did you people come from?
We were brought together on purpose. Somebody's got a higher, you know, higher idea for all of us, or we would not be.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you know, like I said, I've had abilities since I was born, but I just kept it locked away in the closet for so long that it was like not having it, you know. And then when I cracked the door open, and they just shoved it all the way and said, "Nope, we're here to stay."
And watch your fingers, and we don't want to slam that door on your fingers.
Yeah,
right?
that's it. So, and it's like almost every day something new shows up that suddenly I didn't know I could do that, or I didn't know I would hear that, or I didn't know
I didn't know I was that strong, you know.
Yeah, it's just really wild. It's like, oh my God.
And you know, here's another thing that I've started doing, and I have Amy's card, but I just want to mention that. Okay, you know, we've all got our day-to-day stresses, and we've got our, you know, all the stuff that's happening, you know, that's beyond our control. But if you have something good that comes through, you know, whether you get you get a check in the mail, or you know what I mean, money in your account, or somebody gives whatever it is that makes you feel good, enjoy that. Milk it for every ounce of joy you can before you go back into, oh, now I got to pay my bills, or no, now I got to go open this, you know, uncomfortable email, or do something. Don't spoil that moment. Savor that moment. Squeeze every drop of enjoyment. And if it means wait until the next day to open that whatever, or, you know, deal with whatever that issue is, you're building, it's almost like that savings account. You know, you're getting your body used to, okay, this is how it feels. Really be in joy and really feel safe for a little while. Even if all I have is today, that I can savor that moment, the other stuff will wait. That crappy stuff will be just as crappy tomorrow. You know what I mean? It'll be there.
Absolutely.
It will strengthen you, and it will fortify you. I know, because I'm doing this. And the more I do it, then it's like a cumulative thing. The more I do it, the stronger I feel. And then I know the next time I can handle the next thing a little easier.
Yeah.
And you know, stay out of that extreme, oh, it's totally good or it's totally bad. Just stay in that nice happy space, like I'm really happy at the moment, and I'm not gonna read my text messages or whatever it is. You know, anything you know that might trigger you, just block it out for a while. You deserve those moments of happiness. They are gifts. For every ounce. I'm sorry, but that's just been really weighing on me to
no, I mean, you're absolutely right. It's so much easier to believe the negative about us than it is the positive about us.
Exactly.
Just like it's so much easier to find and pick out all the stuff that's not working,
right,
while at the same time not acknowledging all the stuff that is working. You know, it's like we get in that zone in our brain. It's, you know, we need to figure out how to lock the key on that part. Leave it there. So,
Because
Yeah.
thinking like that, we wonder why our things are going wrong in our lives, or we're having this trouble or that trouble. Well, we manifest that. We have no problem manifesting all this negative stuff, but you're just as powerful of a positive manifester as you are of a negative manifester. It's all up to you, and it's in the words. And I'm not talking about being, perfect grammar. It's not about that, but it's how to use words that are empowering and avoid words that are disempowering, like try and should. Shoulding on each other or shoulding on yourself. It is not helpful. But anyway, let's go back to the Amy Warrior Princess on May 30th. Well, that date is for the Two of Clubs card, and this is the arguing card. So, but it's also the sharing of ideas and thoughts and communications. And my dad was voted most argumentative of his class in high school. So I know what this is like. He was not the Two of Clubs, but I'm just saying, just because that tendency is there, then you might be somebody who would be
Hi, baby. Have a good evening. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
That you might be, somebody who'd be a good attorney, or somebody who can take that. If you have that argumentative side, how can you turn that into something positive for yourself? How can you argue effectively? Arguing is not necessarily bad. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's ways to share ideas, but it's that push and pull. So let me see if there's anything else good in here. Sharing of ideas. And there's the thing also, sharing. It doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong. That's not sharing. Right?
Right.
You can say, this is what I bring to the table. What do you bring to the table? And work it out without arguing best you can. So I hope that's helpful for Amy. But the clubs are also mental things, and the two, so you could have two mental pursuits at the same time. Reading or writing something or communicating. I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or something like that. Maybe you have two YouTube
Amy's the one I
channels.
just did the St. Patrick's Day thing with.
Oh, there you go. Okay, great. Well, maybe you have or are thinking about having two YouTube channels, like having another one that maybe splits off and does something a little different. So in other words, if that was your tendency, that would be right in alignment with what your birth card is.
Cool. All righty. Let's see.
Trained social worker. She helps people out with their goals and problems. So that's perfect. So when you're doing that, you are like a mediator almost, doing social work. So you're living your card. I think that's just great. Awesome.
Yeah. And that's especially when you got to go into other people's homes and stuff. That's not an easy job to do at all.
No.
Okay, next we have Joan, or is it Joanne? I've seen it pronounced both ways, that spelling.
I think
Baker.
But I'm not sure.
Ms. Baker has October 9th.
And that card is the King of Clubs. So that card is about mental mastery in any of the communications or mental professions. So you're somebody who has a lot of mind power, and your power can be directed with success in any kind of mental or communications field. So again, I don't know why this is coming up like a newscaster. I mean, there's all kinds of things. Having a YouTube channel, being a public speaker. There's a lot of different ways to manifest this. And the only negative part about it is there might be, you want to make sure that you don't misuse that power because you're stronger than with your words. So
Exactly. Okay, and that was Joan you just did?
Yes, that's Joan.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
And
thank you everybody for your questions and for being here. We both really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, that's it for the Destiny card. So if anybody would like an Oracle card pull, just put it in chat. I'd like an Oracle card pull, please, or just card pull or whatever, however you want to do it. And we'll pull an Oracle card for you.
Yeah, and I've got I've got an Akashic Tarot deck and a Influence of the Angels Tarot deck. So,
well, I'm going to keep using the deck I pulled out earlier when I was with Amy, and that's the Oracle of the Fairies, which just seems appropriate for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
You got to do fae or fairies or
leprechauns and elementals, and
that's it. So it just seemed to fit And okay, there it is.
Did anybody have any questions for the cards?
Waiting.
This is the first time I'm on my big screen, so I can finally see the chat. So I can't respond.
You can actually see what y'all write now.
I'm getting there. I'm like, it takes me forever, but I'm getting there, a little piece at a time.
Okay, Mandy would like any card, please.
Okay.
Followed by Butterfly Kisses, followed by Amy. Anybody else wants one? Kindly put it in the chat.
I'm going to go back to these angel cards. These angel cards are talking to me. I started to do a video about shamrocks and clover, but I just didn't get it. That'll be on deck for next year's St. Patrick's Day. So the other one I'm working on that maybe will be up this week is I'm doing one on mermaids. That's kind of fun.
Okay. Well, I pulled for you. Let's see. There we go. Go outside. And this is from the Oracle of the Fairies Oracle card deck. It says, it's time to go outside. Tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. When the fairy queen of the forest graces your card, it's time to get out and get close to nature. The magic of your local forest or woodland is calling to you right now. Often the message is simply to get outside so you can recharge your batteries. Yes, I have to do that every day. We can forget to do this when we get wrapped up in our work, particularly if we're sitting in front of screens and computers. Yeah, it's for whatever reason, our brains just really seem to have latched onto that. So it's important to spend a little bit of quiet time just reflecting, meditating, if you can meditate. I mean, we're not talking hours on end here to do this stuff. I mean, you can do a pretty effective meditation and manifestation routine inside of 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not that long. If I can do it, anybody can damn well do it, because I didn't think I'd ever see that day. But yeah, it's just get out in nature, man. We were just talking about that on Amy's channel. Get out with the elementals and the fairies and the fae people and the little people, and let them speak to you. So,
Definitely.
All right, Miss Juno, you are up.
Okay, so for Spiritual Shield Maiden Mystic Light Worker, I pulled the Page of Wands. I'm going to tell you about this. This is from the, I want to get so you guys can see the whole thing, from the Influence of the Angels deck. And the person depicted here is Angelica Kaufman, and she lived from 1741 to 1807. And this picture is of her when she was a teenager. She was born in Switzerland, and she was a successful European painter. She apprenticed under her father, who was a professional mural painter. But she was a child prodigy, and by her early teens, she was a professional portrait painter. I mean, that's just amazing to think of at that age. Her clients were bishops and nobles. And she, since childhood, she traveled throughout Europe, eventually settling in England and later in Italy. She was recognized and admired throughout her life, which is unusual when you think about it. For one thing, she was a female, and for another, a lot of artists don't get any recognition until they're long gone. So that was quite an accomplishment. And she was equal to the best painters of her day. So the angel that's in this card is showing Angelica a miniature portrait, and the angel says, look, Here's how it should be done. This represents aspiration and potential, and the little portrait is a benchmark, in other words, a standard to be reached. So the message that the angel is giving, hang on a second. It says, be enthusiastic about your new journey. Don't try to control it too much. Just see where it goes. So this is just such a huge potential card I see. You know, look at this young woman's life and how much she accomplished. And you know, in that time. I mean, it's hard even these days for a woman to get that kind of recognition, or an artist. So
Exactly. Okay. I pulled for you. No, wait. I already read for Mandy. This is for the next person because I cheated and looked ahead.
You're on a new timeline already, Shari.
I'm on somebody's timeline. I don't know whose it is. Okay. Butterfly Kisses Healing. That's who we got.
Yep.
Sue. Hi, Sue.
Sue's an angel on earth, that's for sure.
I love her San Diego shots because I used to go there once a month when my son was stationed at the base there.
Yeah.
Every month I would drive over and spend a weekend with him, and we'd go gallivanting around, and truly makes you appreciate National Geographic because beach is Seal Beach to see all the seals, you know, that are up on the beach.
Yeah.
And you're up on the thingy up above so you can look down because they don't want people getting too close because they can be dangerous.
Yeah.
The seals as well as the people. And the smell was horrid. Oh my God, they stunk to high heaven. I was like, I will never complain about watching National Geographic again and talk about I wish I could see them for real. Whoa. I mean, that smell was terrible. My mother was with us. She actually, it was just before he was leaving to be stationed in Hawaii. And my mom had never seen the West Coast. And so she was in Arizona with me at the time. And so she went with me on that trip, and we were able to take her. And we went to the beach and here and there and everywhere so she could see the Pacific Ocean and stuff. So that was kind of cool to know that, you know, she got to experience all of that before she passed.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, sometimes it's good that we don't have smell-o-vision, you know. Some of the things you watch, thank goodness you're not smelling them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'd hate to think about that. It's like, oh, that would be too much interactive for me. Okay, Sue is up.
Yep, you got a card for her?
I do. You want to go or you want me to go?
Why don't you go for it? Keep it in the same order, then I don't kick
Okay,
it.
that works.
Cool. All
right, Sue. I love this card. I'm sitting here talking and I forgot to G-H-I. Okay. That's bad when you got to put the damn alphabet through your brain to remember what letter comes next. You know, it's been a long day when you're like, wait, what comes before I? Oh yeah, H. That's right. What's before H? You have to sit and run the alphabet through, and I play the song in my head to remember what letter. Okay, Sue. I'm sorry, I get the sillies. I pull for you, inner child. And it says, the fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Well, hello, I'm doing it for us. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. George Bernard Shaw said, we don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing.
That's right.
And on that, I will agree 500%. There is a lot of wisdom and truth in that statement. And it says that all fairies love to have fun and play. And much like the Find Balance card, I have to look for that one. This message comes as an order for you to make time to play. In a lot of ways, you already do that because you take all of us on this grand tour of San Diego at least once a week. as you go to whatever's going on around town. I've been there, so it's like a lot of times I watch Sue's stuff and I'm like, oh, I went there. Oh, I went there. Oh yeah, I went and ate lunch there. Oh yeah, I went and it's
Well,
just weird, you know.
and also consider that, there's parking and walking and schlepping and all kinds of things involved in creating these videos.
Exactly. You know, she's not sitting at home doing it.
Yeah,
The
there's a lot
butt's
of
out
effort.
in the public doing it.
Yeah, and and some of these things are, when you get to where you're older and you have a little hitch in your get along, it's a bit more challenging to make some of these hikes, and to get to be able to get these shots. I know she did the one about was it the how insect, HOWE, and it's like it has to be kept under bright pink light or red light, like you hardly even see it, and it's she worked and
I
worked just
remember that one.
and then the picture still isn't very clear, but it's not the fault of the photographer, or the videographer. It's just the fact that the light, when you're dealing with the different light spectrum, it's a lot harder, and then the bug hides all the time, so it's quite an adventure each step of the way.
She puts
Oh,
lots
Lord.
of gas. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, lots of gas, and it's not free to get into the zoo, or all these
Yeah,
other,
I mean, you pay for that. That's not a free zoo.
especially
pay
San
money to go
Diego.
into that
Any of
zoo.
these tourist towns, everything is sky high. So
Absolutely.
any support, even if all you can do is a thumbs up, or it's a big help to all of us who are making these videos, and we don't get paid to make. Most of us aren't making anything. It's all output. We do it because we love it and we want to share with others. So okay, yeah. I talked too much. So for a lovely Sue, I picked this gorgeous card, the 7 of Pentacles. Look at that lovely card with the flowers, and she's a little gardener there, and there's an angel above her head. Let me see this way. Sorry, guys, upside down and backwards. We're still getting the hang of it. So this is about if you look at her tools there, her gardening, her watering can and her shovel and stuff, they're all put down. She's not using them. She's already done the work. She's looking at what she, the fruits of her labor, so to speak. And this has to do with like taking a moment to step back and evaluate what you have created. What did you blossom and bring into the world? And is it time to harvest it yet? Or does it still need to be on the tree or the vine a little bit longer? And then what are you going to do when you get the harvest? Are you going to stash it in your, how we used to have like a root cellar? Or are you, going to put it in a glass box on display? How are you going to, what are you going to do after you harvest it? If you're going to sell it, what would you sell it for? What would you keep? What would you give away? All those kind of things.
Yeah.
And it's talking about, again, take time to pause and reflect about your current project that you're involved with and how it has developed along the way. Has it gone smoothly? Have you done a good job? Would you have done anything different? So this isn't about judging it. It's just about looking at it with a clear eye and saying, okay, look what I've created. Look at this beautiful thing I've created. And then you can make a practical plan for the future. And the little angel up there says, at the end of a project, review your work, so you can learn from what you have done and how you have done it. Grow with every experience. So that's a really lovely card for Sue.
All right. And next up, we have Amy, Warrior Princess, who would like an oracle card. Okay.
You're welcome, Butterfly.
I've already pulled it, so I got for you Tree Wisdom, and it says, this tree dryad will help you to navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes. The tree dryad invites you to tune in to ancient tree wisdom and allow it to imbue your aura. She plays upon her wooden flute to attract your attention through its enchanting sound and vibration, and wishes you to know that your present situation can be helped when you connect with trees. Well, that's pretty interesting. especially since most of us live in a house made out of trees. But, you know, says hugging a tree is a great way to have direct physical contact and form an energetic connection. I've done that before. It doesn't feel that way. It feels freaking weird. Like, why am I doing this? I don't know. Maybe one day that'll change. Every now and again, I'll go up and just go hug a tree, see if it's still the same. Like, okay, you're just a tree. I'm not getting anything.
Well, it's nice to ask the tree also before you hug it, you know, just to show.
Right. Yeah. And so there goes the dogs.
Okay, I'll take over for Amy Warrior Princess. For you, I pulled the Lover's card. Sorry for the nudie pictures, but we're all adults here. So this card, the angel in this card is Shamuel, Chamuel, and that's the angel who comforted Adam and Eve after they were expelled from the Garden of Eden. And he's primarily known to help people who have peaceful relationships with one another. So also the Lover's card is not just about relationships, but it's also about choice and free will. So this could be a time when maybe you're faced with making a big choice about something. And let's see, there's the angelic message says, may you gain a greater understanding of your personal values by examining the choices you have made. So again, this is almost borrowing on the card before with the Seven of Pentacles, you know, looking at what you've brought in, are ready to harvest. And choice is about the consequences of choice and the responsibility it brings. So, you know, and I have heard we have many options, but only one choice in a situation. So make your choices wisely, I would say. And, you know, this could also be about a relationship that you have or that one that's coming in for you in the near future. So if you're on the cusp of meeting somebody new, you know, go into it with your eyes open and make good choices. So I wish you well. That's a wonderful card to have, the Lovers. It's really amazing. So I hope that's helpful, Amy. There you go. Big choices. There you go. Ask Spirit, Amy, to help guide you, you know, and if you use tools like a pendulum or something else, you have, you know, use everything at your disposal and ask for validation between the different forms of validation that you receive. And that will really help guide you into what, and also for me, it's a gut check. I'm getting, the more and more tuned in I get, you know, if something just doesn't resonate or isn't in my best and highest good, I feel it in my gut. Even if my conscious, my thinking, logical mind is saying, oh, but this.
Oh,
my
you're
gut,
good. Go ahead.
What's that?
I said, yeah, that's when it says, oh, you're good. Go ahead. Like, no.
Yeah. So double check, but there you go. Angel of pure love. There you go. Yep.
Awesome. Hi, Clarence. Okay, does anybody else want an oracle card drawn for them? You're welcome, Amy.
So, and I would say with that card for Amy, you know, looking with that angel, looking over them, you have an angel that's overlooking you and helping you decide, helping to guide you to make the best choices when you have those big decisions.
There you go. All right. Well, I guess we could just do like a card for the collective.
Sure.
And because we're at like 45 minutes already, so.
Okay. And also I wanted to mention, you were talking earlier in the show about people meditating and, you know, just working at getting into the habit of it. On my channel, I have a playlist. I post a video, actually 2 videos every day that are mindless moments or mindless minutes. The minutes are made for cell phones and they're shorter. And the mindless moments are just a couple minutes long, but they're just, they're all different kinds of music. They're not necessarily really mellow, meditative music, although sometimes they are. sometimes they're lively or, you know, different ethnic groups or whatever, and they're set to different kaleidoscopes and fractals. And the whole purpose why it's mindless is just go, you know, don't say, oh, I must meditate now, I must focus. And then you have this feeling of I'm not doing it good enough because all these other thoughts are coming in. But I find with the mindless ones, sometimes they're stimulating people's creativity, or they're bringing back a good memory from when they were a child. They're just kind of, it just shifts you out of what you're dealing with at the moment. So, and I've made them so that you can play the playlist, just play the playlist, and it's back to back, and there's nothing but it's the music and the visual. There's nothing else to interrupt it. So it's nice.
Exactly. And you've got, I think Marina from Heart Center Tarot, she does guided meditations.
Mm-hmm.
You have Arthur from Ease Your Mind. He does guided meditations. Colleen, the Cool Crone, she does guided meditations. And most of those are under 30 minutes. I mean, most of them run, you know, maybe anywhere from 10 minutes to 30 minutes, just depending on the topic. And I know this month I'm taking a class with Marina, Heart Center Tarot.
Nice.
Where every morning she sends us a little video clip about, it's usually under 10 minutes long. And it's just on different things of how to focus your energy today, or how to focus on something and pull out everything that you actually are looking at. Like one of the first exercises that she had us do was like, get a picture, any picture, whatever, you know, and then sit and stare at it for like 3 minutes and commit to memory everything that you see in that picture, and then flip it over, and then sit and write it out, everything you saw in that picture. And then after you finish doing that, you flip the card over, the picture over again, and you look and you see how much stuff that you never noticed the first time around, but now you're noticing it because it's getting brought to your attention, you know. A lot of times that's what meditation is. It's just allowing ourselves to just focus on whatever comes into our head.
Just removing the daily thoughts and the, you know, and because those thoughts are going to come back in, even though those of us who've been meditating a long time, those thoughts still creep in, you know. It's not a contest, you know.
I know. I hear some people talk about they meditate for 2, 3, 5 hours a day, and I'm thinking to myself, do you sleep during that time? Is that how you're able to do that? Because I just can't imagine.
Or like I meditate when I crochet, so I'm doing something actively, but my mind is, you know, shifted out of that logical.
Exactly. I do the same thing when I play my little. I got a couple of like kindergarten level computer games on my tablet, and I'll go sit outside and I'll sit there and play those. It's like match 3 type stuff. And I'll sit out there. I'll kill a whole hour before I even realize it, just playing a stupid game, and just because I veg out, I just plug out, or unplug, I should say. And it makes a huge difference to be able to do that, to just kind of unplug yourself and go from there. And
just give yourself a breather. Let your mind just rest and just have some fun, you know. Let it go into imagination, you know. Imagination, I'm a genie, you know, that magic, you can bring that forward. So
absolutely.
Sorry, I have a dry throat. So for us, I pulled the World card.
Awesome.
Here she goes. By the time I figure out how to do it upside down, I won't have to do it upside down anymore. You know how that goes.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
Anyway, so this is Perpetiel, Perpetiel, which is the angel of success. Helps us follow our hopes and dreams and accomplishing goals. What a beautiful card for all of us to have, I think. The rainbow mandorla. The mandorla is this like aura around her. You know, you think of the Our Lady of Guadalupe. I think she's often shown with that mandorla, that halo around her. So that means it's radiant light surrounding her, and it's known as the mandorla, which is Italian for almond, which obviously refers to its shape. In the art, or in art, the mandorla is used to signify a transcendent sacred moment. So the yellow circle of light, or circles genuinely symbolize totality, wholeness, and perfection, but it's made of light representing spirit. And the light is yellow, which suggests the positive energy of the sun. Because of its shape, it also signifies the world. So here you go. Like you were talking about looking at a card and seeing all things. Just look at all the things you can interpret just from that circle. You know, just that one image. There's a whole lot that you can take off on, you know, with your own ideas on. So this card has to do with accomplishment and the successful completion of a project or endeavor. You know, even if your project is, okay, I need to clean out that silverware drawer, you know, and I've started to do this, as silly and hokey as it sounds. When I do something like that, that's like, it's not hard, or even if it is hard, but I did it, I actually literally pat myself on the back and say, atta girl, you did it. You know,
Yeah.
just keep giving yourself credit for the things you
And you
accomplished.
have to do that because there's a lot of other people out there that don't give a crap and they're not going to thank you for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hi, Joyful. Joyful won a free reading from me on
Yay!
Amy.
Congratulations! Oh, Shari gives
Amy
amazing
earlier. So
awesome. So anyway,
yeah,
let me
I'll
finish
that.
So this has to do with thriving also. And I think we would all like to know that we have the potential to be thriving right now, because I don't think many of us really feel like we are. And it also has to do with reaching a level of expertise and competence through education or training. So, you know, maybe you've been studying something, or maybe you've been working on learning the cards and the different symbolism, or whatever it is. Acknowledge how far you've come with it, and you know, give yourself credit for that. The angelic message is, as you reach the end, you can now begin. So reminder of it's a cycle. You know, if you're going through a tough time, well, it's only going to get better. And as they was it Winston Churchill who said, you know, if you're going through hell, keep going. You know, one foot in front of the other, keep on moving.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right.
What Spiritual Shield said. Yeah, give yourself, you know, just like how spirit went, like when you do readings and stuff, it's really hard. Spirit's really hard it's hard to give timing on exact timing. Well, there's a reason for that. You know, if you step back and realize, like, okay, here's an example. I can only use a certain kind of shampoo because they have so many fragrances in them. I can't tolerate, you know, I can't have that on my hair. And it's been really hard for me to find it. And it doubled in price. And I've been looking, I even drove all the way an hour away to see if I could find it there. Nobody had it. You know, I couldn't, even if I wanted to pay the double price, nobody even had it. Well, then I got a little windfall that I wasn't expecting, just enough to like buy dog food and things. And when I went, the shampoo was fully stocked on the shelf, and it was $3 or $4 off a bottle compared to what it was. So if I had pushed it and said, well, I better get this, or, you know, force this or force that, I would have been disappointed. But I waited. And then when the money lined up that I really had to spend on it, so I could get a couple extra bottles so I don't go through this, you know, because you know how it is. You just get to where you can like something and then they don't make it anymore. You know, that's the other thing. So I always like to have a little extra. But so, you know, my timing, you know, 2 weeks ago, I would have liked to have known that, yeah, I have that. But now I know it came when the money was there. Then the opportunity came for me to stock up. So
there you go. That's
notice
it.
those little things, those little gifts that we get in our day that don't take them for granted, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's like the gift of this car that's coming to me that just out of the blue, just kind of, you know, completely gobsmacked me. Boom. This car. And I mean, if I could have gone a month and a half ago when I was first contacted about it, I'd have gone then. But I didn't have the money to go. I didn't have the money to fly to California. I didn't have the money to put in the car to drive back to Louisiana in it, you know. That takes gasoline and that takes money. And so I had to wait. I had to wait for my tax return to come in. Sit holding my breath the whole time, hoping they don't find any mistakes on it. Oh, God forbid. And they didn't. Everything went through, no problem.
Great.
You know, I use a tax service thing, so it's rarely there's ever an issue, but you never know with the IRS.
Well, you
Look at
don't.
that.
You don't know anything anymore.
You
Everything is
never know. I
what you
mean,
thought was one
and
thing
they just
yesterday.
hired all these new people that are now in there to
Mhm.
really go through people's returns. Now, granted, their goal is to look at people who make the big bucks,
Right.
who've been skimming off the top for
Right.
decades and decades. Their job is find them and get them, so maybe they'll leave the little people alone for a while. Um, but yeah, I mean, you still kind of have that fear a little bit,
Yeah, you can't. It's
gonna
it's
find
kind
a
of
mistake,
it's
God
wired
forbid.
into us, or it's bred into us,
Yeah,
and then it's fed all the time.
and
Live in fear of this and that and the other thing. And then when you start, what I have learned in my own personal journey, because I do a lot of research and like I dig way back as far as I can go in history to find. When did they first start using pendulums? It goes way back to Egypt and before. It's not just a new fad. But then I realized how much more control we do have over things, how much more we're not just here, waiting at the whim of the government or whoever to push us in that direction or that whatever. We have more power, and
yeah,
it's our responsibility to learn about it and practice using it, and not saying, oh, woe is me, poor me, I'm powerless. You have power. You have to just understand that it doesn't come from outside yourself.
yeah.
And I still struggle
And
with these things too,
it's so easy to get sucked down that drain of of debt because of something that happens unexpectedly. And
Yeah,
suddenly now you're trying to either come up with the money to buy it, fix it, deal with it, whatever the situation may be. Um, if you start using your credit cards to supplement because this, that, and the other is going on. Next thing you know, those are maxed out. Well, now you don't have them for emergency,
yeah,
so then you try to borrow money and,
yeah,
now you got a loan payment. Next thing you know, 90% of your paycheck is going out to pay back
right.
monies that have been spent, and you're stuck with no way to buy food. I mean,
Yeah,
I've been there myself several times, just not thinking things through. And I've seen a lot of other people go through it even 100 times worse than what I've been through. I mean, they
yeah,
lose their house, they lose their vehicles, they
yeah,
lose they lose their jobs. I mean, whatever, they lose their spouse. It can be rough when we operate from a place of fear.
and lack.
And I
Yeah.
think that's where you draw in the world is kind of telling us, we have control over our world.
Mhm.
Sometimes things happen outside of our little area that affect us, and now we've got to deal with it.
Mhm.
And sometimes we make the right choices, and sometimes we don't.
Mhm.
And that's just life. I mean, that's just the way it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, and, don't bang your head on the wall. I mean, you don't
Yeah,
get anywhere. Sometimes the best thing to do if you're really frustrated and you've done everything you can. I'm avoiding the word try here, yeah, I did this, I did that, nothing's working. Go take a nap. Go
yeah.
take a nap. Just give it up and say, "Okay, I'm just
Go
gonna let
watch a
this
funny
handle it."
movie.
And even ask spirit, will you please, here's my goal. Will you please help fill in the details? Will you please
Yeah.
align me with
Open
those
the doors to how
people
I
or
deal with this.
opportunities that can help me on this next phase um, of your journey? And if you're always, and I don't mean to, I know this probably sounds kind of hokey, but you know, if you always do things and say, well, what would spirit really want me to do in this situation? Like, I know maybe I'm feeling defensive, or I want to lash out, or I want to say something to hurt them because they hurt me. It's really a challenge to step back and say, well, is that really what spirit would want me to do? And does that do anything other than just putting a hook and more karma into the situation? Or is it better to just stand back and go, you can flail all you want over there, person who's, but I'm not going to get involved in it,
Yeah,
and just let it.
exactly.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is just step back and let it play out and let them, and don't say things that are going to add more karma to your situation.
Yeah.
Put hooks in it.
It's
I'm dealing with that in my present
the
situation.
card I pulled fits right into where we went with that, and that's harmony. Get on key.
Yep.
we got to harmonize with each other. You know, if we, which way? Here we are.
Mhm.
If we, I'll figure it out eventually. If we learn to harmonize with each other, then things will go smoother. They'll be better. And will we
Well, in
still have bad
harmony,
days? Yeah, we really
it's like
will. But
it's like with
it'll get
harmony, Jin
better.
Shin Jyutsu is all about harmonizing, harmony. You know, it's not about balance. You notice it's about harmony. And I notice on
Mhm.
your card it says, what did it say? Get in key. And then if you think of
Get on key. Yeah,
get
it
on
says,
key. Okay. So
yeah.
ki, if you look in like in Japanese, they spell it ki, and ki is like chi. Ki and chi mean the same thing. So you can also read into that. Get on key, you know, get out your keys. How many keys do you have to open doors that maybe you didn't, maybe you forgot you had that key, you know, or
Yeah.
maybe you thought it didn't work in that lock and all of a sudden
Maybe
spirit,
you don't want that key and you need to give it back.
yeah, yeah. But in key, chi
Say, I
is
don't
also
want this
your
key
energy.
anymore. You
You know,
take it. Yeah.
how can you harmonize your energy is what I see from that card is if you harmonize your energy, that's going to naturally spread out to those people around you, you know, and
Oh,
at
yeah.
first it's going to make them
Absolutely.
really kind of uncomfortable, like, whoa, but then you know what, then they start to realize, hey, I like that feeling of being in harmony and being around that person who's got that harmonized energy rather than being around the person with their hair on fire, you know, always got a drama, and let's inflame this and let's inflame that, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, y'all, it's been an hour. I managed to stay awake.
Yeah, you've had a long day, Shari.
I did, and I caught myself a couple of times, like kind of dropping out, and I'd wake up. And, oh, pay attention.
Snap out of this
And
year.
I'd feel myself going down some more, and I'd snap out of it. So
Well, I'm so
I'm sure
excited
when
for
I
you with your
rewatch this, I'm gonna count how many times my head went zip.
oh, we got you covered. I'm so excited for you getting your new car and that you're going to be coming my way and
Oh, I know. I
give
can't
another
wait.
great big old hug and
I
just
cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to it.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'll be going by Val's to meet Val,
Oh, nice.
Dragonflight Crystal.
Nice.
And and then my son has a couple of Navy buddies in Phoenix that he's gonna stop and see. And I told him we just have to stop at Samurai Sam so I can buy some teriyaki sauce.
Okay.
It'll be the best teriyaki sauce in the whole world, and you can't buy it online. You can't have it shipped. You have to go buy it from
Oh,
their
wow.
little restaurant. And I was telling my son, we need to stop and get some of that. And he looked at me, he says, Mom, he says, I was just craving a damn teriyaki bowl the other day. I was thinking about how good that stuff was. I was like, yeah.
Good job.
So we're gonna like get a dozen bottles or something. We're gonna clean them out.
Mhm.
Bring it
Definitely.
home
Yeah,
and
you get what you
stack
can,
them in
just
the
like me with
pantry.
the shampoo and the conditioner. I was like, well, you know, they might
Yeah,
when they start changing
well, I
the
can.
oil and stuff, you go, oh, they're gonna change it. They're gonna change it. Better get what you can get, you know.
Yeah.
And
So, yeah, my
so
mother had the same problem. She had to use Johnson and Johnson's baby shampoo.
mhm,
That was the
mhm,
only shampoo she could use on her head and not have a reaction to it.
mhm.
And so, yeah, I understand that. Well, thank y'all, everybody, for hanging out and sticking with us and keeping me awake. And I'm going to go to bed now. And
Yeah. Well, and thanks for all your questions and all the good thoughts. And you know,
very
if you
much
know
so.
anybody who's looking for a good
Happy
cause to
St.
donate
Patrick's
to,
Day.
send them to my GoFundMe. If you know anybody who's wanting
And
to help lighten the
we
load, I
will
appreciate
we will be back on. I don't remember. I have to look in the book. The 21st of April.
it. All right. You'll be back. You'll
Be
have your
back.
new car.
I'll
You'll
be
have
back. I'll be
stories,
in my new
cars,
car.
adventure.
We'll
Cool.
already have pictures and videos up of me and Juno hanging together. And so it'll be like, oh my God, look at those two. Actually, the way it worked, I'm looking at my calendar here. The last two things that I do that I'm hosting will be before I leave And I don't have another thing that I'm hosting until probably the day after I get back.
What day do you get back?
Well, if we go on the 10th, 11th, I'm thinking we might get back on the 13th, maybe the 14th. So the show with Isaac on the 14th might get postponed or something. But yeah, it's, I mean, that's cool. We can always do it another weekend. We
Well, if
already
you
do
have
it twice a weekend anyway. So
and if you have to switch my
twice
thing,
a month. I mean,
if you have to switch my thing, we can, I'm flexible. So
oh well, no, because we've already got our itinerary set. Who we're stopping to see.
no, I
Is that
meant the
the one?
show. If you couldn't do the show for some reason
Oh
next.
yeah. Oh no,
Oh,
we're not due back until the 21st.
okay.
I'll already be back and back to work by then. So
Yeah.
my vacation ends on the 16th. So I got to be back to work on the 17th. And then the first thing I have to do after I get back and back to work is Golden Girls on the 18th. So it's like perfect
Oh,
timings. Worked out just right. And so that's a good thing. And yeah, I mean, my book looks remarkably blank for the month because I didn't schedule anybody.
well, you
Just
didn't know what you were.
regular stuff because I was like, I don't know when I'm going.
You don't need the
And
pressure
I
on
don't
you.
know how long I'm going to be. So I don't want to set things up and then have to turn around and cancel on everybody and reschedule because that's just a
Right.
pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So, y'all have yourself a lovely, lovely Sunday night. Have a great week. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Mm.
All that other good stuff. And we will see you in a month. We'll be back on what day did I say? The 21st.
Yeah, and we'll
We'll
have
be
gone
back
through
on
the
the
eclipse
21st.
and all that. So a lot of, it'd be fun to see what's changed. So
That's it. That's it. So it'll be a good time.
yeah,
We'll have fun, that's for sure.
we will.
So y'all have a great, great evening, and we will see you soon. Don't forget to catch Juno's mindful moments, mindless moments, mindful
Mindless.
moments,
Mindless. It's the whole point.
mindless
Yeah,
moments. Yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of unplug for a minute or two.
Check out. I did
That's
one
right.
for Sherry with the swampy one the other day with the harmonica.
Yeah,
For special for
yeah,
Sherry.
I enjoyed it too. I was playing it at work. So I was like,
Oh, fun.
what's that you keep playing over and over again? Like somebody made that for me. Be quiet. So I drove them crazy in the office with it. So that's just too bad.
That's right. You're funny. Well, thanks everybody. Love all you guys, and we look forward to seeing you again next month.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.